Hi viewers, I'm Paul Dvorak, editor of Windpower Engineering and Development magazine. We're here at the Timken company to talk about bearings and lubrication. And making that discussion possible will be Doug Lucas. He's an advanced engineering technologist with the company. Doug, thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to speak with us. Let's start with this. I have heard that wind turbines need more than grease. They need a strategy. What do you think that means?
Wind turbines are very complex machines, and bearings must operate in a wide variety of conditions. So it's not just the grease that you're worried about, it's the loading, it's the dynamics of the loading, it's the low speeds, it's all of the temperature swings from operating in a desert or operating in a cold climate condition or even offshore. And all of these things can affect the way that a bearing can perform, and we need to take those all into account when we're looking at the bearings.
Excellent. Is there any one bearing in the wind turbine that needs more attention than the others?
Well, I think that there's quite a few bearings that are getting attention nowadays. Maybe not necessarily because the bearings are bad, but just because of the operation. In the gearbox, planet bearings and high-speed intermediate bearings are having the most attention because of the micro-pitting or because of the white edge cracks in the bearings. But then the main shaft bearings as well are getting a lot of attention because of the micro-pitting that occurs. All of these are resulting in a premature bearing life, and it's our job to make sure we look at this to make sure those bearings last longer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's talk about manual lubrication versus automated lubrication. A wind tech is going to climb up in a wind turbine about twice a year, and he can perform the lubrication tasks then. Is there anything wrong with that strategy?
Well, it does seem to be the pretty common strategy today. I think some of the risks that you run into is that grease is a lubrication that once the grease goes through the bearing, it tends to get pushed out of the way, and it has a harder time getting back into the contacts. Mm-hmm. So the problems that you run into is that you're going to end up having that grease get pushed out of the way and it doesn't get back in. Because of that, then automatic lubrication systems are nice because they actually put grease back in a small amount every so often back into the contacts where the grease needs to be. So I think that will help with improving the durability of the bearings over the long run.
Okay. That sounds like the ideas for lubrication are changing. Are there trends in lubrication then?
Now some of the manufacturers are starting to come out with new types of oils. MPAOs is typically what they're called. Metallocene polyolefins is what it really is, and basically what they're doing with those is they're trying to increase the film thickness of those greases. They're also trying to give it a better range of operation, so much wider range down to even lower temperatures, and all of that is to improve the durability of the bearings and the grease.
I see. How are these developments then changing the way turbines are maintained?
It's helping to make sure that the bearings are being able to be maintained much better. We've got owners and operators that are looking at this from the standpoint of improving with better greases or better lubrication strategies to improve the durability of the turbines. In fact, Timken is developing a new grease from that standpoint, and we've spent the last 5 or so years developing research and development to develop the appropriate grease strategies, and from that we've actually gone in and now we're getting ready to start putting greases up towers.
Excellent. All right, Doug, you've answered all my questions, but if the viewers want more information, where can they look?
They can contact our local sales engineer, or they can contact us at timken.com.
I want to thank you for the conversation, Doug, and I want to thank you viewers for your attention. For more information in general on the wind industry, you can link over to windpowerengineering.com. That's all for now. Make it a great day.